Hey gang, what's going on? This is Juan from the Byte that team playing one of my favorite games of all time. This is Left 4 Dead 2. I'm a huge fan of first-person shooters. I grew up playing the games like Quake, Unreal Tournament, Doom, etc. And then once these type of games started to roll around, basically cooperative games, I really took a liking to them, and just something about Left 4 Dead 1 in particular when that came out. I loved it so much. I clocked in, I think it was over 150 hours playing that game. I just absolutely cannot get enough of it. For those that don't know, basically it is a 4-player co-op survival horror game. It's also out on Xbox, although honestly I think the best way to play it is by far PC, just because of the modding support, etc. It's a little different because it analyzes and changes the AI, or basically what the AI does based on how good you're doing. So if you're rushing through it, they'll make sure to put some obstacles to make things a little more challenging. If you're about to die, they'll make sure to give you a little bit of leeway just so you have some time to, you know, just recover and chill. And right now I'm playing offline, so I'm playing with 3 AI just to give you a good look of the game. This is one of the Chargers. Of course, they don't just have normal zombies. There is the smoker. They're doing a pretty good job of letting you know who they are. In Left 4 Dead 1, we had a couple like the smoker. And then in Left 4 Dead 2, we had ones like the Charger. As a matter of fact, the characters that I'm playing as are the protagonists from the first Left 4 Dead game. They went to later on, much later on in the Left 4 Dead 2 life cycle. They added all of the maps from Left 4 Dead 1 with the Left 4 Dead 1 characters. But they included the Left 4 Dead 2 stuff. I think a lot of people, myself included, just enjoyed Left 4 Dead 1 a lot more. That right there is the witch, which I think I pissed off. Okay. Basically, you want to shut your flashlight off whenever she's yelling like that, and if you can avoid her, then please do so. By the way, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know if you're a big fan of Left 4 Dead, or, you know, any non-wrestling games that you would like to see happen on the channel. Definitely drop those in the comment section below. And yeah, if you look here, I am playing the very first stage of No Mercy, which is by far my favorite campaign. All of them can be completed in a pretty short amount of time. And the objective at the end of each one is to essentially reach the save house here, which launches you into the next map and so on and so forth, except the last one. And the last one, it's a little different because what happens there is that you have to hold off and escape. So think of it like a horde mode in some games where, you know, you just have to try and survive. But after a while, a helicopter actually tries to come out and save you. So I'm playing the second stage right now. And this game really is just amazing. And right now, like I mentioned, I'm playing single player offline, but there's also a versus option, which gives you the opportunity to not just play as the survivors, but you can also play as the infected. So like you saw the Charger earlier, the smoker, there are a ton of other ones. There's the spitter, there's the hunter, there's the boomer, there's of course the tank. You'll see all of them probably at some point here. And it's just a great game to play. I played the first one way more than I did the second one. And somewhere there's the hunter, not sure where, but I did hear him. So this is certainly a game where audio is essential. When somebody like the tank comes out, the screen starts shaking, letting you know that you should probably run, which is a good option. I played this game a lot with Keith and some other great friends. We actually got competitive. We joined some tournaments and everything. This is mostly around Left 4 Dead 1. There is yet another smoker. As you can see, there's a bit of a chance to escape. Now, the reason the co-op is so essential and why you just can't go running past your teammates is because unless you're extremely skilled in this game, say the smoker grabs you and there's another witch and he's choking you, you can't get yourself out. So the only way to get out of that situation is by having a teammate break you free. Same thing with the hunter or pretty much anybody else. The only one that doesn't apply to something like that is the tank, which is like the mini boss, because he just pummels you, but he can throw you off the stage. He can one-hit kill you depending. Okay, there's a charger. As you can see, I'm completely vulnerable. And as I mentioned, there's a ton of mod support, so I played maps from Resident Evil Outbreak, which is easily one of my favorite and one of the most underrated games I've ever played. I know a lot of people maybe didn't like the mechanics because it was too similar to the old Resident Evils and it had no voice chat, but around that time I used to have Yahoo voice chat a lot with Keith and the rest of the gang. I used to be way better at this game, by the way, so I don't remember which difficulty I'm playing in. I believe it's advanced, although I'm not sure. And as every game nowadays, they do have achievements like can finish a campaign without healing. So obviously I'm not going to get that now. I can grab this gas canister here and just throw it somewhere so when the zombies come down, they get set on fire. But of course, what? I'm just going to do it for effect. There we go. Yeah, Left 4 Dead. I used to play this game just so much, and I'm trying to get back into it. Unfortunately, the community is very almost dead, no pun intended. I tried joining a couple of games, and the only one that people really seem to play a lot is survival mode, and that is very much a horde mode. So the objective, as the name implies, is to simply survive. You're set off in one area, and then you have to hold on. I'm not very good at that. I think partly because it gets a little boring for me because everybody's basically found the exploits. So there are certain ways that you can basically survive forever. But honestly, it's not fun for me. I prefer something more like a Gears of War 3 type horde mode where you can like build and do different things like that. There's a really good free-to-play game on a PC called ZMR, and that, my friends, is the tank. I think he was just chilling. If you saw that, he's like, so how you guys do? Evil. Now, depending on the difficulty, I should probably support my allies a little bit more. Playing as the tank online is also very challenging because you never want to be the guy to screw up, and it's very easy to just suck as a tank. Okay, so I'm definitely playing in normal, I think, because he died way too quickly. But yeah, one of my goals in the channel is, of course, we are primarily a wrestling discussion channel, and that, my friends, is the jockey. And he pounces on you. Figure that one out. But yeah, as I was saying, or I'm trying to... Okay, seriously, I'm trying to deliver a speech here, and you guys are not letting me do this. Come on now. As I was saying. So one of the goals in the channel is to grow. We have a discussion video that we had as a part of our channel update. You can definitely check that out. I'll leave that in the description. You can also click it at the end of the video where we talk about this, where, you know, we get it. We have the podcast. We have a lot of things happening, but we can only do so much wrestling discussion without burning ourselves out. And even though there are other wrestling companies out there, there's a ton. I watch some Ring of Honor. I used to watch TNA. There's a good variety of things out there. But, you know, you need a wrestling break. So why not play games, which is the next thing that we absolutely love doing. And in our case, our friendship, even though it began with wrestling, it was really solidified with games. So you'll see us playing the channel, like Ryan playing some Hearthstone. There's always, of course, the Twitch stream. That's twitch.tv/bytethat. Ryan's playing some Hearthstone there. He tries to be really good at that game. I try to be really good at pretending I know what the hell to do in Hearthstone. There's another game that I do like, Heroes of the Storm, because I did play World of Warcraft for a while. So it's not a game that I'm completely unknown to, but I'm just not really big into open world games. Never have been. Okay, so here I have the pipe bomb. Now what you can do with this is that you'll throw it, and then the zombies will go, is that food? And then they'll proceed to chase it and die. So that's always nice. Like, I'll try right now. Look, look. Zombies, go over there. Go. Just go. Not many. Well, let's see here. Now, meleeing doesn't really do damage, but it does help you sort of just steer away from the enemy. So that's definitely what I'm trying to do here. But yeah, in my case, just letting you know some of the games that I really like playing. I like a lot of role-playing games, mainly classic ones. So think like late Super Nintendo, PS1, so like Star Ocean Second Story, Final Fantasy 7 and 8. Final Fantasy Tactics is my favorite game of all time. There's just nothing like it for me. Nothing else like it. And I'm sorry, Lewis. But yeah, just that game's story. But I like games like this too, where, I mean, there's technically a story with Left 4 Dead, but let's be honest, nobody plays it for that. It's very much just, it's a great co-op game that you can play cooperatively because it's a co-op game, so people play it. And at this point in stage, there's basically no excuse to not have this game. This game can run on almost any computer, and Lewis, man, things aren't going well for you. It's always on sale. It's a Valve game. Valve's really awesome with the community. They're grabbing pills. Pills, for those that don't know, basically temporarily raise your health. And for those watching, I'd like to know, is this your first time watching Left 4 Dead? Because this game's been out for a while, especially the first one, so sometimes it's safe to assume everybody's seen it or heard it. But we know that that's not always the case, and thank you, Zoe. As Zoe's very much showing off, you can actually heal your teammates in this game, which certainly helps. And I just totally went by the witch. Okay, Francis startled her. Now, in later difficulties, she can pretty much one-hit kill you. As you can see even here, she quickly can drop somebody, but in later ones, you can just die. And things are like the tank. So, like, okay, will you hurry up, Lewis? Seriously, I mean, I keep talking about you, but, I mean, look at you down there. Do something. Like, the tank can punch that towards you, and that's probably one of the most things to do when you are the tank, but not one of the most things, one of the most fun things to get when you're playing against the tank. So there's that. Okay, let's see here. I think I'll play until the end of this map and maybe call it. But yeah, I'd like to know, do you guys want to see more videos like this where, you know, we're just sort of sitting down? We definitely want to keep growing a community, not just have people go to the channel for the sake of wrestling discussion, or just like, you know, they're talking about this and not the other one, so I'll go check this out. We want this to be a place that's very much welcoming to anybody that's maybe watching wrestling for the first time. It's surprising how many people we get that are like that, that maybe stopped watching wrestling in 2010. We have a couple of those, and then go in, and the podcast is actually a way of sort of catching everybody up to what's going on. And then those that don't know, I mean, to me it's fascinating whenever it's anybody watching wrestling for the first time. I mean, I'm totally lost right now. So I just cannot seem to like talk and play at the same time here, but here we go. Because I was saying, I love them role-playing games, first-person shooters. There's a tank. Tank and spitter. Okay. No, I will not die at the end of the video. No, move. Will you move? Pills, grabbing pills. Ah! We have some Here Comes the Pain videos on the channel and Day of Reckoning and like, okay, we're good, people. It's over. Crisis averted. And yeah, depending on the game, we may do streaming for some of them, and some we may just do things like this and record, because obviously they require more attention. Like, I mean, there, I lost my way in a pretty much straight down path. But yeah, as I reach the end here, I am at the safe zone of the 3rd chapter. Maybe I can do some more Left 4 Dead. If you guys want to see that, I will definitely do that. So make sure to like and subscribe. Check out the channel. There's a podcast available every single Tuesday night. We have stories. We have Fight Night, which is our sexy fantasy wrestling league that we do playing 2K games. So until next time, this is Juan. Thank you for watching and being awesome. And we will be back with a ton more stuff right here on Byte That.